Hey guys, it's me, and I'm back again. Lately, this is what I do. When I finally sit down to do some reviews, I just try to do as many as I can for the ones that I remember or that I miss. So this one is The Hungry and the Hairy. I know the title is like, what? But it was like a travel show. And like I said, I think in one of my other videos when I did A New World. I don't always review like the travel shows or the variety shows and stuff, but sometimes it's just a must to do it. And The Hungry and the Hairy was 10 episodes on Netflix, and it had 2 stars. It had Hong Chol, and it had Ji Hoon, which Rain, we know him as, that's his real name, but usually you call him Rain. And they're like old, not older, but of age men, and they became friends like a little later in life, and they decided to do some like traveling and eating, at different parts of Korea and the different countrysides and stuff like that. And when I first started it, I was like, am I gonna like this? Like, but I was intrigued, let's say that. So I was intrigued to watch it. And it was good. I mean, they go to Jeju Island. They go to Jeju Island. They go to Gochang. They go to Busan. They go to Gangwon. They go to Namhae. They go to just these different places. First of all, these places that they visit are absolutely beautiful. I have found so many bucket list places within visiting South Korea when I eventually go from this show that I really, really would love to visit. And the food that they ate and the places, I mean, everything was beautiful. And I didn't know much about Hongchul. I think I'm saying it right, but he is quite a character. But I love that he is true to who he is, and that I find that so important these days, and I find that even on a personal level, because don't be a people pleaser. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying to some degree he doesn't have to conform to certain things, but from the way he dresses and the way he acts, and he does what makes him happy, and I just love that. And Rain is hilarious because he is extremely competitive with Shu, and he was definitely some days a little taken aback by some of the things that Hong Chul wore, which was hilarious. um but I love that he opened his horizons to like different foods, different places. It was like a bike tour, so they were riding like different types of motorcycles and things around the country. it but it was beautiful. Literally enjoy every single episode. In my reasons, there was a lot of laughter. There was a lot of beautiful sights. It showed me so much more of Korea. Um, and yeah, it just really opened my eyes. I mean, I knew Korea from things that I've learned and I've looked up myself. It's like a beautiful place. But some of the places that they visited were just absolutely breathtaking, and I was like, I want to do like this exact tour that they've done, like if life allowed, where I could just go there for however many months or something and just do, if not all, most of the things that they did in this particular show. I would, because it was in the food. There were some of the foods I would probably be a little like, I don't know, just not my personal cup of tea. Not because it doesn't look good or it doesn't, just certain things I just generally don't eat. But I also saw somewhere I would be open to trying it, even though it's something that I normally don't eat. And it was just nice. And I'm such a foodie, so the food experience, it was one of those things. Don't watch it when you're hungry, because I had like, listen, we're Uber Eats, let me order some Korean food. I can't watch this while they eating and enjoying all this good food. But yeah, it shows so much of the beauty of the country, and I like the dynamic of their friendship. And there were a few guests that they did have on the show, and just seeing them, and one was an actress that I really like. And so it was just nice. And I mean, I know to a degree some of these shows are still scripted, even when they're like travel shows and things like that. I do get that because they have writers on the shows and stuff like that. But it allows you to see a little bit more of their personality, even still. You know, because we see them as entertainers, or we see them in the different things that we watch them in, dramas or whatever the case may be. But you get to see a little bit more of them on a personal level. I'm sure they're not letting us completely in to see exactly how they are, but I will say it definitely shows you a little bit of a different side to them. And that's so nice to see. It's so nice to see them like being okay, being comfortable with themselves in front of the camera and not having to you know, keep, you know, constantly do like this idol thing. Yeah, I'm sure there were times like, you know, they still put on makeup and they still, you know, did certain things or whatever. But, you know, they allowed themselves to be a little vulnerable. Hey, waking up in the morning with their hair like sticking straight up. You know, there were a couple times, I swear, Rain looked like a rooster the way his hair was in the morning. But it was just, you know, and you know that they're human, but it was nice to just see that. And that's, I think, sometimes why I like some of the different variety shows or the different travel shows, not just the scenery and stuff, but to see some of these entertainers that I like, just to see them, you know, kind of be themselves a little bit. So if you haven't checked it out, I really, really recommend it. It may not be your cup of tea, but I thought it was great. And, you know, it's one of those things, I don't have to rate it. But in case you're curious what I thought, you know, my highest rating is 5 stars. And I give it 5 stars because I literally enjoyed every single episode. And there was something to take away for me personally from every single episode. Be it a new food that I want to try, or a new location in Korea to add to my list that I want to visit, or just, you know, seeing them kind of be themselves. It was nice. So there you go. The Hungry and the Hairy, which the title I find is hilarious. But if you watch it, you'll get why it has that title. On Netflix, 10 episodes. And I don't know if it'll be picked up for a season 2, but it would be awesome if it was, because I really enjoyed it. And I don't know if they would continue it in Korea with their travel. I know they, you know, probably would want to maybe do something else, but wherever they did, I think I would enjoy these two together, watching them experience and travel and eat different foods. So yeah, check it out. This is Philly Pre saying until next time. Bye guys.